Hey guys, Camera Games here, and this is my second reaction video. And throughout the whole video, it's probably just gonna be showing that fire that you see right now. So don't worry about that. And I'm making this because my other video did not turn out that well, and I figured out what I did wrong. So yeah, and now I'm making this one. Hopefully, I remember what I did to fix the other one, and this one will be fantastic. Well, not fantastic. You know what I mean. Okay, so let's get started.
The digital clock humming quietly on my nightstand was the only sound my ears could detect. The night was dead quiet, yet I knew he was there,
He's here.
right on schedule. He would be lurking there, outside my window. He would knock. For reasons I wish I could explain, would open the blinds, a sense of dread flooding my body. He would stare at me, and I would stare at him.
What?
He would leave soon after, and I would stay awake until the sun began to rise. This was our routine. My mind was wandering 1,000 miles away when he knocked that night. Though my eyes lingered on the window, I told myself I wouldn't open the blinds. I told myself that night he wouldn't scare me and that I would get the rest that I so desperately needed.
Who is he?
He knocked twice more. I grabbed a pillow, squeezing it tight over my head, and began humming some old nursery rhyme from a childhood which, at that moment, seemed so long ago. He knocked once again, and this time it was a hell of a lot less courteous of a knock than usual. It morphed into a loud, thumping noise. I finally threw the pillow off my head and opened the blinds. His pale, wrinkly face leered in at me. His lifeless, black eyes that shone despite their darkness peered into my own. His stringy hair fluttered a little bit in the wind. He seemed to be breathing somewhat harshly, and though it was hard to determine his mood as anything other than emotionless, I could sense an amount of animosity I had never felt before. After what seemed like hours, he turned around and was on his way.
He turned around.
I faced the ceiling and wept. This had been going on for more than a month. I had tried to talk to others about it, but I could never finish my sentences. They just degrade into quiet mumblings and whispers. I was so tired. And I had even begun to wonder if I was losing my mind. I had tried sleeping pills, but even they couldn't help me to sleep through the night.
Wow.
The weirdest part about it, though, is that I always woke up about 5 minutes before he knocked. I knew instinctively that he would be there. I was so tired. The next night, I told myself that under no circumstances would I look out that window. I didn't care if he was on the verge of breaking the glass. I would not give him what he wanted. I would not feed him. He'd have to find someone else to haunt, someone else to steal sleep from. He'd have to leave me alone.
Please, fire, don't fade away.
I woke up and I instantly knew what was going to happen. It's funny, I always anticipated his knocks, and yet I still jumped a little when I finally heard him.
Who is him?
I lay in my bed quietly as if I hadn't heard anything. He knocked again, and I hid under the pillow once more.
Oh my God, so
he knocked again, even louder than he had the night before. I whimpered, but remained under the pillow. He knocked twice more. After that, things got quiet. I no longer had the feeling that I was being watched. I pulled my head out from under my pillow and slowly looked out the window. Nothing. Just my backyard. I laughed. I laughed so hard that little tears began to slip out of my eyes. He was somebody else's problem now. I looked at the clock and noticed that I had only been awake for about 15 minutes and turned over to get back to sleep. I had just fallen into that uncertain stage where dreams mingle with reality when I heard the distant click of a door. My back door, Something had just entered into my house from the outside. Something from my backyard. I knew it was him. I listened quietly as his footsteps made their way from my kitchen to my dining room to the short hallway outside of my bedroom. He was slowly, patiently making no attempts to hide his presence. When he knocked at my door, I almost vomited.
Oh my god.
I had to do something, anything. I was paralyzed with fear. He knocked again. Trembling, I pulled the pillow back over my head. All that could be heard was the sound of weeping, knocking, and a digital clock humming quietly to itself.
So you tell me your bedroom's door is locked?
I was so tired.
Holy crap. That was creepy. I'm not watching another one. That was creepy. So creepy.